I put plywood on the floor so I don't lose my balance on the ladder. Turned off all the water and the gas. Turned off the gas twice. Turned off the gas here, turned off the gas here. I traced the old tankless water heater so that I could find out what level was. And I don't want to use a level because I want the new tankless water heater to line up perfectly with the existing piping. I'm going to use the old tankless location as a baseline for level. All right, so I've got a new Navien tankless water heater and I need to connect to that. And that, I'm going to assume that that's probably going to be hot. It's probably going to be cold. And I'm assuming that this is going to be gas. It does say natural gas. I guess this is the condensation drain line right there. So and I'm going to need a new gas line, and I'm going to need a way to connect to these. See, this is the original, but I can't reuse these parts. They're actually built in. So I'm going to have to find a way to connect this to this. Problem number one, these are soldered on. I can't just take a pipe wrench and then lefty-loosey change them out. So I would have to cut this off, and I have to cut this off, and then put on the sleeve and solder on the sleeve that has the thread so that I could thread on the new one. So rather than do that, I'd rather just use the top union from the new one and use the bottom from the old one. So here's the top of the new union, right out of the box. It's threaded. Problem number two that I ran into, these are not the same distance. From the Noritz, it looks like it's 9 3/4, 9 5/8. But on the Navien, it's actually 11 1/2. So these, they're not wide enough. We're gonna have to space this out. I'm not gonna move the gas so the cold water stays where it's at. So I'm gonna have to move the hot, no big deal. I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna need a piece of metal to go around here so I don't damage the stucco. I'm gonna need a 90. I'm gonna need the 3/4 inch. All right, here we go, 11 1/2. So I measured and I double checked and I triple checked. So from the top of this union piece right here to the first pilot hole on the bracket is 27 1/4 inches to the hole. Not to the top of the bracket, just to the hole. If you want to draw a line for the top of the bracket, then draw it at 27 1/2. That'll bring the bottom of your union to the top of this union right there. All right, I caulked the holes from the previous tankless and I installed the bracket and I'm ready to go. Tankless water heater is completely installed and it's ready to go, but I have not plugged it in yet. So gas is installed, but it's still turned off. Cold water is installed, hot water is installed. So the sequence is I'm going to open up the gas valve first, still with the power off. All right, so now that it's got gas and it's open and open, I would turn on the cold, but I want to go open a valve inside the house. So now that I've got the gas turned on and I went inside and I turned on the water faucet, now that I've got the water running inside, I'm going to turn on the cold water here. You can hear it cycling in. Just a slow fill. And then let's get the cold water on. You got the hot water on. I'm going to let it run for a minute because I want it to flush out all the air. When you turn on your tankless water heater for the very first time, you're going to have this kit at the top. It's a vent kit. And if you don't, it's going to give you an error code on startup. Then it's going to give you a bunch of step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You're going to have to know the elevation of the city that you're living in. If you don't have an outside circulation pump, then you're going to choose internal instead of external. You're going to choose internal circulation pump. And it's going to ask you if you want to keep the hot water recirculating all the time, never, or intelligent. And so if I were you, I would pick intelligent because it'll learn the patterns and the times that people use hot water most, and it'll recirculate at that point in time. All right, it works. No leaks. That's what I got. So here's the one thing that I don't like about this. I wanted to have the cover off so that I could see inside and make sure it wasn't leaking, but it gives me an error code if you take off the exterior vent cap. So here's my suggestion to you. Take the exterior vent cap off, take the front cover off, and then put the exterior cap back on. That'll trick the machine into thinking that everything is assembled, and then you can watch it inside, check for leaks.